Life is a vast panorama, yet also simple fare. Remaining calm and unruffled, he brings warmth to the world. He plowed the fields, while always remaining a stalwart of the nation. He turned his back on fame, dedicating himself to his garden, to write the culinary Bible of Chinese cuisine. He detached himself from the turbulence of his age, each of his discoveries a testament to the joy of leisure. Now, encounter these four gentlemen through their culinary delights and explore afresh the legendary lives of these great masters. What does life look like for the elderly? Looking after grandchildren? Practicing Tai Chi? As one ages, interest and desire to explore the world can seem to fade. But Yuan Mei was no ordinary old man. He would stay up late to write poetry, becoming more spirited as he wrote. While his peers turned gray and sought a peaceful life, Yuan Mei remained young at heart. His restless spirit still sought to explore the world. In 1784, at the age of 69, Yuan Mei was invited by his cousin Yuan Shu to visit Duanzhou, today's Zhaoqing in Guangdong. As his boat reached Xinghua prefecture, he was caught in a sudden storm. Yuan Mei was rescued, but he and his baggage were drenched. He could not help but lament.
追忆出门时，杂月至行李。一旦覆波尘，空空我而已。
The poem flowed with ease. However, soaked to the skin, Yuan Mei could not help wondering if it was worthwhile traveling far in one's twilight years.
老爷，我们怎么办呀？风浪也不是故意的嘛，说不定我们遇到这坎坷之后，迎接我们的会是大欢喜。
While others might dwell on it, Yuan Mei quickly came to terms with the situation. Everyone was born with nothing, he said, and in fact, the incident would be a blessing for the remaining journey. After over a month of arduous travel, Yuan Mei was reunited with Yuan Shu in Zhaoqing.
随缘先生领袖文坛，久闻大名啊！
幸会幸会。
The local officials had long admired the literary giant. As soon as he arrived, a welcome feast with fine food and wine was waiting for him.
这白片鸡，是我早晨命仆人去乡下寻的土鸡。
美在，美在啊！好吃，好好好。
来。
What did Yuan Mei eat as he wandered around Zhaoqing? He noted Qianli dried meat, Wu Hao mackerel, and 36 kinds of Guangdong soup. Even though he was well-traveled and knowledgeable, the delicacies of Zhaoqing still brought him endless surprises. Among the variety of dishes, it was probably the poached chicken that Yuan Mei found most memorable. Chicken was something that Yuan Mei particularly enjoyed. In his recipes from the Garden of Contentment, there are 31 entries for chicken dishes, making up nearly a tenth of the entire book. He even said that the chicken made the greatest contribution, an opinion with which people in Guangdong would totally agree. It is said that every year, 800 million chickens are consumed by people in Guangdong, and the word chicken, ji, is ubiquitous in their dialect.
起雞皮、白雞盲、白韞雞、透雞、切公雞、小學雞。雞咁腳咁就咧，即係形容人哋好快啦。仲有你可以電雞啦。
Even the map of Guangdong looks like a chicken leg. Guangdong is definitely the right place to eat poached chicken. Yuan Mei once described poached chicken this way.
肥鸡白片，自是太根，选酒之味，尤宜于下乡村、落旅店，烹饪不急之时，最为省便。
The word simple should not be underestimated. Not all ingredients can be turned into tasty dishes under limited cooking conditions. What makes the poached chicken special? The answer lies in the breed of chicken used. In Guangdong, what kind of chicken is best for making poached chicken? People from Xinghua would say the partridge chicken, and those from Huiyang would say the bearded chicken. But for people in Zhaoqing, there is only one answer, the Xinghua chicken. Does the name indicate that such chickens are raised under apricot trees? Since Xinghua is translated as apricot flower, in fact, the name simply comes from the chicken's place of origin, Xinghua town in Fengkai County. Despite the prosaic name, the chickens, which have been raised for over 1,000 years, are not to be underestimated. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, it formed part of the tribute to the imperial court. Roaming free around the woods, it develops a distinctively flavored fat, giving rise to its special chicken taste, often noted by gourmets. It feeds on wild grain, insects and worms, a diet far superior to that of its corn-raised counterparts. Those favorable conditions give the Xinghua chicken an amazing taste. She has to use an active 4-month-old hen. Chickens of this age boast flavorful, firm, and tender meat. Making poached chicken is not simply boiling it in water. It involves a process called the 3 immersions and 3 lifts. The chicken is fully submerged in hot water at 90 degrees Celsius, then taken out and plunged into cold water. This process is repeated 3 times. The temperature changes create a protective layer on the chicken skin, preventing the juices from leaking out. The skin becomes tougher and less prone to damage. All this is just preparation. Another important factor is skillfully managing the temperature.
如果唔切掉呢個火咧，更加高溫，到時候呢個白切雞咧就爆咗皮，同埋太過老。
The chicken should be cooked using the residual heat of the hot water alone. Otherwise, the meat will be overcooked. In Yuan Mei's words, it would be a wrongful death. A true gourmet can judge the quality of poached chicken with just one look. The bones should show semi-solidified blood clots, indicating that the chicken has not been spoiled by temperatures that were too high. The skin is crispy, tough, and smooth. The meat is sweet, tender, and juicy. The thin layer of fat between the skin and meat is clear like gelatin. The dish boasts mixed flavors and a rich texture.
食雞喎，呢啲係我哋嘅杏花雞嚇，食啦。好靚啊！靚雞。依家讀書又辛苦，呢啲營養又夠快高長大嚇。雞比快高長大。食多啦。
又想考100分，呢個100分你等㗎。
獎勵啊！
到時考個狀元出嚟。
好山好水白片鸡，端州之行终身难忘。
During his trip, Yuan Mei both satisfied his appetite and enjoyed the beautiful scenery of Zhaoqing. He visited the seven-star crags, Baoyue Platform, Dinghu Mountain, among other places. At the seven-star crags alone, he was inspired to write a number of poems.
打头百鸟飞不高，出宿行人看见小。自愿康乐好收齐，未免休戚常会老。归饮群公酒一杯，全然不觉笑口开。自此脚下双麻鞋，乘踏青天北斗来。
Having ascended the crags, Yuan Mei suddenly felt quite ecstatic. On the way back, he stopped for a drink with his friends. Looking down, he joyfully observed, "Aren't these battered hemp shoes proof that I have come back from the stars?" Thoroughly enjoying the food and other activities, Yuan Mei was having a wonderful time in Zhaoqing. However, the weather turned. In June, Zhaoqing experienced severe flooding, followed by an unprecedented heat wave. The extremes of climate rendered Yuan Mei bedridden.
你说我一个快70岁的老头了，离开这幽静江南，跑来这岭南受那囚老虎的罪。哎，我图个什么呀我？哎，那现如今我是有双眼，没法看一看阳龙；有双脚，没办法登一登罗浮山。了无生趣，了无生趣哦，老爷。 老爷，你宽心啊，还是先把药喝了吧。好，静心休养。喝药。哎，老爷，我差点忘了，今日是杨公邀您赴家宴的日子呀。啊，救我命者，乃杨公也。
Upon hearing about his friend's banquet, Yuan Mei found the medicine was no longer bitter and his body no longer weak. The host was Yang Lan Po, the magistrate of Gaoyao County. During their time in Zhaoqing, they practiced calligraphy, composed poetry, and discussed matters of the present and past. They were kindred spirits. Most importantly, Yang Lan Po was another great gourmet.
指导员工今日抱恙，特地准备了一道滋补佳肴。来，
哎呀，好好好。好。
余到越冬，则杨兰坡民府散根而美，访其故曰。 不过现杀现烹，现熟现切，不停顿而已。他物皆可类推。
Freshness has always been a hallmark of Cantonese cuisine. Regrettably, Yang Lanpo's eel soup has gradually disappeared from the dining tables in Zhaoqing. Today, another eel dish perfectly reflects the locals' pursuit of freshness, the sizzling eel pot. Note that while the Chinese characters for sizzling are pronounced zhe in Mandarin, in Cantonese, they are read as zhui. What is special about this pronunciation? In Cantonese, zhui is an onomatopoeic word referring to the sizzling sound made during cooking. For the people of Guangdong, anything can be cooked this way. Of all sizzling pots, the eel is king. First, oil is added to bring out the aroma. Fried garlic cloves and dried tangerine peel are tossed in to prepare for the removal of any fishy odor. Chopped roasted pork enriches the fish with its fat, while its amino acids enhance the savory flavors. The moment the oil in the pot begins to bubble and smoke, the processed eel and blood is added. Guangdong rice wine is splashed onto the pot lid and edges. The wine slowly seeps into the pot, and as the alcohol evaporates, it once again takes away the fishy smell from the eel. The making of the sizzling pot emphasizes speed. After 30 seconds, the lid is removed. Sauces are added. Pepper powder is put in to remove the fishy smell and enrich the texture. Light soy sauce is used for adding color. Oyster sauce is for flavoring, and the ingredients are stirred evenly.
一定要快，一淋就唔好食啦。我哋廣東人一定要攞到鑊氣。
Then, you must replace the lid immediately and let it simmer for exactly 30 seconds. To ensure its rich flavor, you must race against time.
"这个绝绝鳝鱼煲，看着比杨公家的鳝根还要鲜。"
Floods, heat waves, and illness had put Yuan Mei's travel plans on hold, but his culinary journey suffered no interruptions.
阳明府做乐园，大炉茶杯，细腻绝伦。一箩烧肉，一锅烧白肉，不加佐料，以芝麻、盐拌制，切片煨好，以青酱拌制。鱼到广东，吃观正台，颠不冷，甚佳。
Mr. Yang's meatballs, luo suo pork, plain boiled pork, dian buleng. Friends along the way entertained Yuan Mei with various delicacies. He recorded one course in detail and even graded it.
小猪一只，6、7斤重者，前毛去灰，插上炭火自制，要4面7道，以深黄色为度。
Yuan Mei detailed the recipe for roasted suckling pig. Wait, isn't this just like today's roasted suckling pig? Deboning before roasting is critical for cooking roasted suckling pig. Removing the neck and hoof bones makes it easier to secure the pig on a steel fork and ensure even cooking. It's blanched to remove any meaty odor. It is important to scrape off the white film on the ribs to clear the way for the seasoning that is about to be applied. Spices like Sichuan peppercorns, star anise, and cinnamon are first ground into powder, then mixed with sugar and salt. This mixture is sprinkled with Chinese liquor to remove the smell of the flesh and enhance the overall aroma. This is evenly spread over the entire body of the pig. The exact proportions of the mixture are a secret kept by every chef to themselves. After seasoning, it's time to shape the pig. 1 long and 2 short wooden sticks support the abdominal cavity, and the 4 hooves are fixed with wire to prevent them becoming misshapen during cooking. Roasted suckling pig emphasizes good skin color and a crispy texture. The secret lies in the coating liquid.
白芽糖咧就係少量得啦，不需要放多㗎，有糖分容易焦燶啊，經過高溫。
Zhaoqing vinegar and Chinese liquor are used in addition. You have to use rose-colored Zhaoqing vinegar because it has a mild acidity, colors quickly, and dries easily, making the suckling pig's skin tighter when roasted. The suckling pig coated with the liquid is placed in a hanging oven at 100 degrees Celsius for 3 hours. The pork gradually absorbs the seasoning, becoming richly tempting. After 3 hours, oil is brushed on the baked skin, and then it can be roasted over high heat. Yuan Mei Long revealed the true secret to making roasted suckling pig: patience.
凡烧猪肉需耐心，先制里面肉，使油膏走入皮内，则皮松脆而味不走。若先制皮，则肉上之油尽落火上，皮既焦硬，味也不佳。
Bake first, then roast. Roast the inside first, then the outside. Haste makes waste when it comes to roasting suckling pig. The prototype of this dish, pao tun, was listed as one of the 8 delicacies of the Western Zhou dynasty around 3,000 years ago. The agricultural classic Essential Techniques for the Welfare of the People specifically describes the technique for roasting suckling pig. Records show that the Cantonese have eaten roasted suckling pig for at least 2,000 years.
250度高溫，大概焙25分鐘出嚟。豬個表皮咧就好似揮發餅咁，外脆咁香，睇見都流口水。
The book describes roasted suckling pig as follows. The skin is like golden amber, and the fat is like melting snow. It is extraordinarily tender. The Chinese ancestors, even in writing books on farming, managed to capture such vivid details.
酥为上，脆次之，应是下矣。烤乳猪啊，我是懂的。
Yuan Mei's culinary adventure proved most beneficial. With the care of friends and family, his health gradually improved and his strength returned. Shortly after recovering, he began touring Mount Luofu. He then traveled by boat to Guilin, exploring the regions of Guangdong and Guangxi most thoroughly. In the last decades of his life, Yuan Mei visited many scenic sites. At 71, he explored Mount Wuyi. At 73, he revisited Shuyang. At 75, he toured Zhujiang. At 77, he returned to Mount Tiantai. At 79, he visited Mount Tiantai the third time. At 80, he enjoyed himself in the famed beauty of Suzhou and Hangzhou. Only when he fell seriously ill did he finally stop traveling. Aging is inevitable. At 82, Yuan Mei was no longer so spry, and his teeth were in poor condition. Traveling became a luxury too far, and he could no longer savor the local delicacies. He couldn't help but lament.
千金良药何须购，一笑凌云便反增。倘见玉皇仙贵侧，他生永不落红尘。
But Yuan Mei had no regrets. He had visited numerous places and tasted countless delicacies. He had stayed true to himself and forged many deep friendships. As long as one lives in the present, faces oneself sincerely, and embraces the world passionately, one can live a life with no regrets.